Hello, my name is Shideh Kabiri Ameri, and I am an assistant professor at Queen's University, where we work on wearables. Wearables are electrical, optical, optoelectronics, and even chemical sensors and devices that can be on the body and help us to obtain valuable information about our body and our surrounding environments. And because of their various sensing capabilities and also connectivity, they are excellent candidates for Internet of Things, human-machine interfaces, and mobile healthcare. They can be even used for Internet of Body, that they are connected a network of the sensor on the body, not only enable us to obtain information about our body, but also control specific tissues or organs using these devices. We all know current wearables, like today's wearables, like smartwatches, smart clothes, smart glasses, and etc. So one of the, all of us also know that today's wearables have significant drawback in terms of mechanical compatibility of these wearables with soft, stretchable, and dynamic tissues, which results in high interface impedance, low signal-to-noise ratio, and motion artifacts. And that makes it difficult to use these devices for the application that I just mentioned. So how the future wearable look like or will look like has to do a lot with these drawbacks of the wearables. You might think future wearables are something like these devices. They look like a stylish, futuristics. They also look like they have a lot of functionalities. But in my group, we are working on making wearables like this. So you might think, what is she even talking about? They are not wearing any wearables. They might just have conventional watches or bracelets. And you are right, they might not. But I have. Right now on my forehead, I have one of these devices that, how many of you can see it? That's my point. So in my group, we are working on wearables that are not only high performance, reliable, user-friendly, comfortable to wear, low cost, and robust, but also we added another aspect to wearables, which is imperceptibility. We are looking to the wearables which are imperceptible. Something like as this one. This gentleman is wearing 4 actually devices around his eyes, the same type I am wearing, graphene electronic tattoo, and you cannot even see it. But he can control a quadcopter in real time by just moving his eyes around. Here, we are recording the potential difference between retina and cornea of the eyes of this person during eye movement and using it for controlling this quadcopter in real time. These electronic are called graphene electronic tattoos, and they are a sensing platform. Can be used for many, many different kinds of sensing, and some of them are listed here, not all of them, including electroculography, which I just talked about, electromyography, which is recording the electrical activity of the muscles, electrocardiography, which is electrical activity of the heart, recording the brain waves, brain electrical waves, and skin temperature, skin hydration, and so on. These are the sensors that are less than 500 nanometer in thickness, so they are ultra thin and over 85% transparent invisible region, and that's why they are almost invisible. Because of their softness and also because of their transparency and because they actually are ultra thin, you can see that it forms invisible conformal contact to skin and results in low electrode skin interface impedance, low motion artifact, and more importantly, you don't need to apply any adhesive or tape to keep them on the skin. Van der Waals force mainly is enough to keep it on the skin because they're so light. We have made these devices using a scalable manufacturing method, which is low cost as well. We can make them on ordinary tattoo papers and transfer them on body just like as temporary tattoos. Once they are on the skin, then even if you deform it, it'll stay intact with the skin and it will not come off for extended period of time. Other examples of sensors that are imperceptible are these EEG nodes. And you wouldn't appreciate it before I show my next slide. But these devices are, unlike other EEG devices, adhesive to hairy scalp, a scalp which is covered with a lot of hairs. And a person can, this happened because we have some microstructure at the interface of these devices with the skin of a scalp between hair follicles that allow adhesion of them to the scalp. And you can wear them and you can just go out. They're usable, they are made using low-cost fabrication method again. And once you are wearing it, it's imperceptible. So when I was a postdoc at University of Texas at Austin, and before I joined Queen's University, I was going to a psychology lab to learn about electroencephalography, conventional one. And these are the steps that you need to follow here to get EEG recording. So it starts with some measurements to find out what is the right size of the cap, and then once the cap is on, you inject a gel, a conductive gel, within each hole of this hat, where you later place the electrodes on. This helps electrical connection between a scalp covered with hair and the electrodes. After you are done and you plug in all the electrodes, then you need to measure if impedance is good between all electrons, and if electrons are not shorted due to running the gel. And if everything good, then you can start experiment for a few hours. And then after that, you can imagine how it looks like when you remove the hat. A hair wash is required before you leave the room. So every time I was seeing this procedure, I was asking myself, does this person even feel comfortable? Can he or she focus with all these electrodes, gel, cap, and wires around? So do we get what we want from this measurement? And also other things that I observed. One of my friends has blood pressure, and she always complained before doing the measurement, her heart starts racing and her blood pressure spikes because she's stressed. I had many subjects couldn't focus during EEG measurement because they was feeling either shy or uncomfortable, and we couldn't get recording from them. These and many other cases like this is the reason why I started thinking about imperceptible sensors that are not only invisible to the people surrounding us, but also feeling to the person who's wearing is invisible, both mechanically and visually. So these sensors help, one of the slides, so that's fine. So one of the slides is missing, I'm sorry for that, but I don't know what's going on. But in general, these sensors also provide some sort of privacy to the users. And that's not the only reason we are looking to these sensors, but also we are trying to answer one fundamental question. Does sensing procedure cause perturbation? And if it does, how much affect the sensing results? So basically what I'm saying, does sensing itself change the result of sensing? Answering to this question is not possible if we don't have fully imperceptible sensor and system that people can wear and forget it. So in my group, our motivation is answering this question beside making wearables which are useful for long-term, reliable sensing during daily activity. And with that, I would like to thank you and conclude this talk.